Here's Sprewell. Yes!
Whoa!
Latrell Sprewell, and he is fouled by Jaren Jackson with the Knicks down 2, and he can complete the three-point play.
Do you remember the time when this absolute madman stole a finals game from the heavy favorite Spurs? Well, just 18 months prior, Latrell Sprewell was fighting for his NBA career. After shocking the entire basketball world by beating up his Warriors coach PJ Carlesimo in '97, Spree's reputation was in ruins.
Carlesimo established that there was a second attack, testifying that Sprewell, after being kicked out of practice, did return, did swing at the coach, and did use the phrase, "I'll kill you."
But then came New York in the summer of '99. The league's ultimate villain had transformed into the heartbeat of one of the most improbable playoff runs in NBA history. Down by 1 against the number 1 seeded Heat in a deciding Game 5, Sprewell poked the ball out of Hardaway's hands on their last possession, which ultimately led us to this iconic moment.
Ewing, Allan Houston.
Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8 tenths left.
Allan Houston freezes Pat Riley and the Heat with the game winner at the last second. Amazing! In the second round, the Knicks swept the Atlanta Hawks with Spree averaging a team-high 22.5 points per game. But then came the Pacers and Reggie Miller in the Eastern Conference Finals. And in a heartbreaking Game 2, Knicks fans saw their legend Patrick Ewing falling down with a season-ending injury.
Nothing funny now as Ewing was hurt and is now done for the year due to a partial tear in his left Achilles tendon.
So, being heavily undermanned and written off by everybody, New York came up with another miracle in Game 3.
If it gets late, the Pacers can foul to put him on the line.
Ward had it tipped. Johnson made a good catch. Johnson is fouled and hit!
Larry Johnson causes mayhem in the Garden by completing a crucial 4-point play to take over the lead, which eventually secured them the win. Unbelievable. This was a breaking point in the series, and the Knicks finished the job in 6 games.
And NBA history has just been made. The New York Knicks are the first 8th seed to ever make the NBA Finals. Jeff Van Gundy's wife in tears.
Heading into the finals, Sprewell led the entire NBA in playoff scoring, cementing himself as New York's focal point. However, they had to face Goliath in the end. The Spurs had the best record in the entire league, and fueled by the Twin Towers, Duncan and Robinson won Game 1 and 2 comfortably at home. Back in the days, the finals format was 2-3-2, so despite trailing 0-2 in the series, the Knicks' hopes were high playing the next 3 games at MSG. And the place was rocking.
5 from Alabama, number 8, Latrell Sprewell.
It was Houston who led the Knicks with 30 points through the first 3 quarters.
A beautiful touch by Houston. Turns baseline, and it's 20 for Allan. Sprewell. It's Houston up over the top again. Yes! 22. 2 in a row for Allan Houston. Off of that maneuver to see if they can't get an open look, maybe from David up high. David lobs one deep, deflected, intercepted. New York Knicks come back. Here's Houston. He'll pull it up. The 3. Yes! He's on fire. Allan Houston knocks down the 3.
But despite all of that, the Spurs were right there, trailing only by 3 points heading into the 4th. And this is where our hero steps in.
Here's Sprewell, 8 on the shot. Drives the lane, left-handed, yes! A beautiful driving layup for Latrell Sprewell.
Sprewell slices through the defense for a spectacular up-and-under finish against Duncan. And on the next possession, Marcus Camby almost brought the house down.
Camby! Over the top! Marcus Camby delivers as he skies over everybody and slams it down. The Candyman can do.
The Candyman destroys the rim with a ferocious putback slam, and the fans are roaring. Then, off of Duncan's miss here, look at Spree outrunning everybody in transition.
Goes to the floor, the shot doesn't fall. Dudley claims the rebound. Here comes Sprewell. Full speed ahead.
He was the original Russell Westbrook, 1,000 miles per hour on the fast break. And after drawing the foul here, Latrell gave the Knicks a 7-point lead from the free throw line. Larry Johnson, who was shooting a horrible 1 of 11 from downtown in the series thus far, got a wide open look from the corner and nailed it. 2 possessions later, Allan Houston got his first bucket of the quarter to put New York up by double digits for the first time in the finals. And look at this graphic, for Christ's sake. The trio of Sprewell, Houston, and Johnson combined for 67 of the team's 78 points. Damn, that was the reality, so Latrell needed to keep his foot on the gas pedal.
And they'll set it up.
See if Dudley catches that ball, he wants to get rid of it. He doesn't want to get fouled.
Sprewell.
You know, Bob, I can't even think that this guy would get tired. I keep talking about fatigue.
So, down by 9 inside the 5-minute mark, the Spurs knew it was time to ramp up the pace.
That's another touch foul by Chris Childs. He's got the lead.
Big one for Sean Elliott. That's there for him.
Sean Elliott cuts the lead to 4 points in the clutch, forcing Jeff Van Gundy to call a timeout. And coming out of it, the Knicks needed an answer to fend off the favorites.
Stays hot and boosts the lead to 6.
Houston and Camby with back-to-back buckets gave the Knicks an 8-point lead with little over 2 minutes to play. But they'll need more than that to secure the win, as we see Elliott coming right back to cut the deficit to 6 points. So, with 70 seconds left in the game and the entire arena on its feet, Sprewell goes for the kill.
And that may finish San Antonio.
Latrell completes his scoring spree in the 4th quarter with 10 of his 24 points, putting the Spurs away for good. This made Ewing proud, and the Knicks fans are still wondering till this day what would have happened if he'd been fully healthy. We all know what really happened next though, as San Antonio was able to win Game 4 behind a monster 28-18 performance by Tim Duncan. Game 5 came down to the wire actually, and Sprewell had not 1 but 2 chances to shock the Spurs again.
Sprewell off the dribble against Elliott. Lets it go. The scoring spree does not continue. Ward to a cutting Sprewell. He's underneath. Trying to free himself. He can't. The San Antonio Spurs have won their first NBA championship.
Despite scoring 35 of New York's 77 points, Spree couldn't hit the game winner, marking the birth of the Spurs era for years to come. For him personally, it was the birth of his second career, cause after a year and a half away from almost being banished by the league, Sprewell became the face of a finals team. On the other hand, LeBron has been the face of every team he was a part of, and in 2014 he clashed with good old Duncan in the finals himself. But the ending of Game 1 turned into a nightmare, cause out of pure heat and exhaustion, his legs literally gave out. I documented everything in this video, so check it out and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.